Alright, folks, we're live. Road to 170 ball speed, day 2. I'm gonna warm up here for 5-10 minutes or so, just hit some shots, and then get into it. Patriots play at 1 o'clock. If I can get the chat up over here, be nice. Did a little bit of an adjustment on the driver after the scramble with Big Dog yesterday. All I did was just move the sliding weight to a little bit more neutral. It's almost exactly in the middle, but it's still just a fraction fade bias, but I think it just helps stabilize a little bit more having the weight in the middle versus so far in the toe. It'll possibly bring into a little bit of a more left miss, but it seemed like I was squaring it up a little bit better, so that's the hope. And I think got a callus on my left index finger for the club rest. I'm gonna put a band-aid on it before I start going crazy taking swings. Basically the plan is, I haven't done one of these in a little while, been losing a little bit of speed, kind of a little bit sore from yesterday. Oh man, band-aid flipped. Went over to my buddy's house yesterday, helped him out with some stuff, and then, I guess before, I did shoulders and biceps before I went over. Spent a couple hours over there, and then I played with Big Dog. What's up for golf's sake? I was just saying, it's right now it's kind of concentrated to like my left or my right side of my neck and like my trap. You definitely feel it. It's better than it was, but I'd be lying if I said I was 100%. I was just saying, kind of sore from combination of those things, and it's just, I think too, it's definitely better than it was before. It was like my entire neck. I think could be the way I swing and mostly the way I sleep. But Patriots play at 1, so I'm going to swing driver as hard as I can for about an hour. And I think my personal best is 167 ball speed. Obviously, I want to hit 170, but I think if we come anywhere close to about 165 on any of these swings, I'll consider that a successful speed training day. But I can just tell, could be because of some of the tweaks and injuries, but I haven't done the speed training in a while, so I can feel myself and just the numbers creeping down a little bit. So I want to get back into it, stay consistent with it, maybe once or twice a week doing some speed training, get that back up. And I think it could be partially too, it's getting colder here now, getting into fall time, New England, so having the garage be hot, humid, 85, 90 degrees, obviously helps a little bit swing wise versus it's like 65 right now. It'll probably warm up, and as I start swinging, I'll start sweating. But warm weather definitely does help. I feel like over the winter, we'll see when we get back into here. I feel like over the winter, I lost about half a club worth of distance, even on irons. Alright, those are some 60s. Hit a couple approach wedges. One thing I do like about the speed training, less of a setup, and I don't really care necessarily. These are just to warm up to get my body moving, but don't necessarily care where the ball's going. And it's like you're not trying to shoot a score or anything, so bit of a lower stress, I guess, type of day with the swings. You'll crack 170, turning 50 next year. If we get to 150, I'll be happy. You can do it. I mean, if you've seen Denko, Garbage Garage Golf, he's been creeping up too. He hasn't really even been doing anything like speed training wise. He just kind of changed a couple things in his setup. One of them being hovering the club. So there's little stuff like that. And really, if you want to just gain some speed, run, putt, run, Judd told me. It's as simple as just at the end of when you're done playing, just swing driver as hard as you can for like 5 or 10 swings. If you just get into the habit of doing that, your body will naturally start moving quicker. But you got to keep up on it. Otherwise, it's kind of the same as working out. I lift weights a good amount almost every day. So it's kind of the same thing as like working out and trying to gain muscle. If you just take a few weeks off, your body starts reverting back. It doesn't want to naturally carry quite as much muscle. So although it's satisfying and fun to gain some speed, you do kind of have to maintain it and do some work to keep it. Coming out of winter here in Australia, looking forward to the warmer weather. Yeah, Big Dog too. He's over there in New Zealand, which is kind of funny with the our scramble that we do every week. Opposite time zones, opposite weather. So as soon as it starts getting warmer for him, which is already starting to, it's going to start getting colder here. And pretty much all summer, while it was warm here, it was cold there. Which could be an advantage, could be a disadvantage compared to some other teams, but all right, let's get this body moving a little bit quicker here. Definitely swing hard for 10-15 swings. Day or two helps. Yeah, I'm going to probably be feeling it after this. But yeah, I mean, that's all really. If you just do that, speed creeps up. I'll probably be sore tomorrow, the rest of the day today, and tomorrow after this, going crazy, trying to swing hard for an hour. But there's kind of no way around it. I know I could just do what I told you, or what Judd told me, what you're doing with the 10 to 15 swings, a little bit less taxing. But I feel like if I'm going to do it, sometimes it takes 15, 20 minutes of swinging hard before you really start getting up there and everything loosens up. All right, get a 8 iron up to about 150, 155. Then we'll start hitting driver. 148. Big gym guy back in the day. Need to start serious training again. Definitely lose it if you don't keep it up. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if they have them in Australia, but they're called power block dumbbells. So they're adjustable dumbbells. They go from 5 to 90 pounds. And they, like Bowflex makes them, they're similar. The ones that I have are all square and they kind of look like toaster ovens. But I have a program I follow. I use those and basically just a adjustable bench. You can do pretty much everything without having to go to the gym. I got legs and triceps today, which I'm not exactly looking forward to. 149, we're almost there. All right, a little bit pulley, but there's 159. Driver time. Get out the, these are my warm-up, more wedge balls. I think some of these have some hairline cracks, but we'll get out the better gamer balls, sleeve of balls that are in better shape. Don't want to feel like I hit one really good and hard out of the middle, and if there's a hairline crack in one of these, it's not going to get as much speed out of it. Hit driver shots for 30 to 45 minutes hard without worrying about much about accuracy. Speed increases once warm. Can't move the next day. Yeah, no, that's going to be kind of this. But your body also, you get used to it if you do it enough. But we just warmed up there. Let's kind of chat a little bit, but 13 minutes. I mean, it doesn't feel, maybe that's just so I don't feel like I hurt myself, but we'll get going here. We'll kind of bunt some drivers out there and then start swinging hard. Guaranteed we hit 160, but it's after that we're looking for. All right, not bad for the second driver swing. 155, 262, low spin. But yeah, I don't really care where these go. These are more about ball speed. I'm around 30 for golf's sake. I I lean towards less personal information, the better. I just feel like I've said this before, but you start giving people too many, not you necessarily, but just anything out there in the public, you give out too many personal details to where now they have your birthday, your age, how tall you are, hair color, eye color, you know what I mean, like where you live. Basically, just like might as well put your license out there, which I don't really want to do. All right, 157, 275. Starting to loosen up a little. $159. Want to try? Really, it's just swinging hard, but a couple thoughts I have today are, shout out to Commissioner Craig. He was saying the same thing, which is kind of just general knowledge about swinging harder with higher ball speed, but I feel like a bit more width in the backswing, keep it a bit wider, a bit more room to generate speed. So a bit wider in the backswing, give it that fraction of a second to pause and drop at the top, and then really feel like you accelerate kind of from like knee to knee. But that width is important. If you get too crunched up here, you don't have as much leverage and as much room to generate power. All right, let's hit 160 here. Nope, not on that one. Low in the face. Not a bad ball, though. Catching them low on the face, 2,500 backspin's a lot for me, especially considering this driver is 8 degrees set its standard. Not bad though, 281 right down the middle. All right, there's 160. That was really high heel. 286 carry though. That was low toe. What point do you end up getting slower? For me, it's after 45 minutes smashing driver. Need to do it more often to build up resistance, feel less pain the next day. All about repetition. Definitely all about repetition. Tough to say. It really depends on the day. Some days when I've done it, I really haven't been that consistent with the speed training, but sometimes I come out and I just like feel like kind of those fast twitch. You just kind of feel fresh and like quick. Sometimes it's like right away are the best drives, and then you slowly taper off. Sometimes you kind of build up, taper off, and then you get, from when I've been doing this, you get into periods where you have like 5 or 10 swings that are quicker, and then it falls back down, and then you kind of spike and peak. It really just depends on the day. $160, 280. living in the 160s, that was really low in the face. One thing too, on top, like obviously we're looking for speed, but just like you're saying, repetition, swinging driver this many times, you just get consistency on top of the speed too. So you just start finding out. I'm gonna spray some. I've already have, but if you're trying to keep it on the planet at least, it'll help with dispersion as well. Just by it's like anything else. You hit wedges for an hour. Nice shots, thanks. That one wasn't so great, but decent ball speed, 160. Oh, that was super healy. Crazy. I mean, obviously that was a super low miss hit, but crazy how much the ball speed can vary based on strike location. We went from 160 down to 152. We lost 8 miles an hour of ball speed on that. I have days where I start slow and get fast, and slow down, second wind, go faster. I shot for the straight ones, yeah. That one felt pretty good. Almost 161, 278 carry. Rolling out to 303. I just feel like if the right side of my neck could just crack and release. Fastest ball speed is 167. So far, though, after that little tweak yesterday after the scramble, like I mentioned, there's this QI10 LS has this sliding weight that you can change right here. I know it's dark, but you see that like sliding track? That sliding track. Before it was all the way up into the toe, which is a fade bias. I moved it back towards the middle. Feels like I'm squaring it up a little bit better. Get the backswing longer. I'm trying, Jonesy. I'm trying. That's why I said one thing I wanted, or really a couple things, which are pretty common knowledge for trying to gain speed, but have more width with a longer backswing. Feel like I'm kind of further out here in the takeaway in the backswing. Get that slight pause and slight drop at the top, and then really feel like I step on the gas from like knee height, waist to knee height, right around like down here. Actually apply the speed in a better spot, because sometimes I get in the habit of trying to swing hard and I get excited to hit it, so I end up trying to swing and hit it hard from up here, which is, by the time I get down to the ball, I'm losing speed and decelerating. What's up, CJ? Excited to see some speed training. Had a couple here in the 160s. For me, so that one felt longer, and for me, I equate longer backswing kind of to slower as well. Oh. That was hit harder. 162.7, 283 raw carry. 305. That was better contact. Yeah, I have club stickers now, so you can see I added. I think you were the one when I first got this and I was testing it. It was the sticker from like where I bought it from. I added the reflective sticker here now, so I'm getting all the club data. So that was 5.3 into out. Face to target was open. That one's estimated, but it's usually pretty close, and I hit up on it. 4.5 with the angle of attack. Most of these, I mean, this driving range is like the size of like an average fairway. Most of these have been at least in the fairway somewhere, but I'm not really super concerned about where they're going. I'm more so keeping an eye every time on that ball speed. That one, super low backspin, so just nosedive, but low toe. Feel you get the backswing way past parallel. It won't, but you got to over exaggerate. Do a couple practice swings. Sweet hit 300 plus. Here comes the sweat. If you guys haven't done this, it's definitely oh. Completely topped it. 145. The fact that I even got 145, topped it, and hit the net behind me. That was terrible. That should have been comical to watch. Got black residue on the ball now from that. I go and do that, then you get kind of like worried about swinging hard after that. You put it right foot back to get a bigger turn. You tried that. Definitely get a longer backswing. The speed doing that also corrects me over the topswing. I mean, my miss, I know that one went right. My miss has definitely been low spin duck hook left. So the further I drop it back, I'm actually trying to open my stance a touch. I try to open my hips and my lower body and then shut my shoulders and kind of keep my back to the target. My miss has been, if I line up like that, I get way too far into out and it turns over way too much. So like if I line up like this with my back foot back, I just start doing stuff like that where club path 3.8 is not terrible, but it just everything is the miss is way too far left. So, but yeah, if you slice the ball or come over the top, that'll help. I've gone too far the other way, so I actually need to like open things up a touch. I feel loose, but now we're in that period where fatigue, that initial fatigue is creeping in a little bit. Speed's dropping down a little. Yeah, opposite problem. Push that right hip back more. I know it probably looks nothing like Bryson, but that one felt a little bit more, just that right hip. Feel like I got a little more. You see Bryson really, with his legs, gets a lot of rotation. That one felt a bit more like that. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that's what that felt like. Definition of insane is doing the same thing over and over again. Try something different. Press try lots of things to increase speed by a few miles. I hear you. I'm not opposed to trying different stuff, but this is my first time doing this in a while. So really, without completely throwing everything out the window that I do sometimes to get pretty good results, this is just more so about swinging as hard as I can without completely breaking down and changing all of my mechanics. I'm with you though. What I want to do is get back into it where I'm swinging consistently back over 160, and then from there you start tweaking the little things. But you get sometimes where, I mean, I appreciate the advice, but sometimes you get too many different things where you're thinking, okay, longer backswing, more hip turn. You do like these like 4 or 5 different swing thoughts, and you just can't even hit the ball if you're trying to do all these different things at once. So really, I've had my best results with this. Have my best results usually when I just kind of clear my head and just swing hard. Really, that's what I'm trying to just get my body to move faster. This shaft too, compared to my other one, it's this is a Tensai AV Blue 75 extra stiff flex, and it's a mid-launch, mid-spin compared to my other shaft. This is still, I've only had this driver like 2 weeks. It's a different profile shaft. I had a Hazardous RDX Black, which is a lot more boardy and stiff. This one has a different kick point. So if I get too quick like that, I could feel the shaft flex a little bit back here. And I just need to have a little bit better tempo to time it up. The strike just goes all over the place. If I start trying to do too much lower body, now when I try to turn into it a little bit, I just lose where the face is. I get the point though, but I don't think this is necessarily as far down the road of insanity of just trying to swing harder. That was hit harder. 160. Really going to give myself that fraction of a second to pause with this shaft. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Eric. Gotta get the reps in to improve. Keep hitting 155 or 160 range. You got it made. That's all you really need. Gives you 275, 290. Of course, it's perfect. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not mad with some of these. Usually, if I see anywhere near 275 carry, I'm pretty happy with it because usually it rolls out to about 300. And it's really, I mean, obviously you want to get quicker. That's all you need. But the cool thing is doing the speed training, like I said, as you're working on trying to increase your basically ceiling, your top end, your cruising speed also comes up. So that's why I'm trying to kind of clear my head and just swing hard. And it doesn't happen in a day. But if I do this over the course of like a couple weeks, couple months, your top end speed gets higher, but also your cruising speed gets higher. So instead of me living in this 155 to 160, I'll start living in the 160 to 165 without me feeling like I really have to swing super hard. But you can't just do that by 1 or 2 sessions. You gotta, like Eric's saying, get the reps in. Oh, I will say this is not. I know it says day 2. I did a road to 160 before, so this is my first rodeo. My personal best is 167, but I did. If you go back a couple months, I probably did maybe 8 dedicated speed training sessions to get my road to. Was it even 160 or was road to 165 maybe? Whatever it was. This isn't. I know it says day 2, but this isn't like my second time only. Just swinging as hard as I can. Low on the face. But like I was saying, the cool thing is you start doing that to where that was a pretty low on the face miss hit, and it's still 265 in the fairway, so your misses become better. When you do distance training, you also develop flexibility and stabilization. You're trying to extend backwards, swing hard. Yeah, I agree, Eric. Definitely swinging hard, increase swing speed. I'm all for it. Make 160 swing more accurate. Yeah. So I mean that's kind of what I'm saying, and Eric's saying as well. Just the reps of doing this, the speed is awesome, but I said it before, is you also just gain some consistency because your body you just get used to now. That's your new baseline of swinging like that, and you get better balance, better flexibility, all that stuff, without feeling like okay, I really need to like change something like drastic in how I'm swinging it. Jeez. All right, I think that definitely wasn't a great strike, but maybe a slight misread on that one. Find it hard to believe spinning at 3,200 with going that far left. And I know probably you look at some of these swings and you say, well, you're not doing anything helpful. But even those bad swings, if I come out here in another 2 days, it just slowly creeps up. Stepping out of the box? You mean the batter's box or what? I just grabbed a drink. You saying I should step out more or I shouldn't? That's the miss. Sub 1,000. Ball speed's not even that bad, but it's only carrying 218. It just nosedives out of the air. Shouldn't. Um, I don't know, Black Cloud. I don't know what I've gotten with the driver. I had 162 point something like 20 minutes ago. Um, my personal best, but that was with the other driver, was 167. So I guess 162 maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I've hit with this. I haven't really been tracking it. I will hit 170 though, guaranteed. Better contact. Like that, a little bit overdone left, but I'm fine with that. 276 raw. 296 total. That's more than serviceable for most courses. Gain power pushing off the ground. You lose power in distance when you take a massive step out. Oh, you're saying, I thought you meant like in terms of like taking like a 10-second break from swinging with the batter's box. That is something I have. Consider myself relatively strong. I lift pretty much every day, like 5, 6, 7 days a week. So I know my legs are pretty strong. I would like to get more of that ground force and feel more of that kind of squat and almost jump feel. I just feel like I lose all coordination and stability if I start focusing on that too much. And that one's 6.4 up. I tried to kind of up into it. I feel like I don't mind 6 degrees, but start pushing 6.5, 7 degrees attack angle up. It's a little bit maybe overdone. I don't know if that's quite suiting me. Way off the toe. Low spinners kill your distance. Had a problem about a month ago. Super frustrated, which is understandable. New driver helping anything? Yeah, it hasn't been as much, just because instead of low launch, low spin, the shaft is mid launch, mid spin, which helps a little bit. But I mean, it's still, when I get too quick and I try to hit it too hard, I just smother it. And low spin, big spin access to the left, nose dives out of the air. Like that. 518 backspin. It's just straight into the ground. Ball speed, almost 155, and it's carrying 200. All right. And it get a little frustrating too. I am trying to hit a draw, but try too hard and then I overdo it. So it's like I want it to draw, I just don't want it to draw that much. Get a foam roll or tennis ball for long sessions, roll your lower back. Use the legs more, squat and then push off. The face is open though, for golf's sake. It's probably tough for you to tell, but I'm lining up with the face more like that. The problem is, which I was telling Flying Fat Kid, sometimes the more open you get the face, your brain says, okay, I really need to release this club and shut it down coming through. Otherwise, it's gonna start right. I'm gonna lose it off the planet right. Same thing. You see those people that really have a really bad slice. You see them, they step up to the ball, driver, anything else, and they crank the club face down. to where it looks, instead of like that being pretty square, I'm more open. You see them, they go like this and they crank down the face to try to open it up. The more you crank it down, it's a game of opposites. The more you crank it down, you hit that. You'll see some of them where it's a pull left, but just missing the middle of the face. I do have a foam roller though, Eric. I'll probably do that. Have that in an inversion table. I am profusely sweating. Ball speed wasn't the best there, but that's not terrible. 267. Started right, came back. Still, honestly, trying to get used to the chef too. It's not a bad feeling. It's just different. Feeling like I need to wait at the top to let the club kind of reset. Otherwise, that other one was, like I said, is so boardy. It's more those hazardous RDX Black, because they're so boardy and stiff. They're for more aggressive swingers, which I'm probably closer to. But you can really, which isn't great necessarily, but I get in a bad habit of trying to apply speed up here, and that club stays with you a bit more. This one, I can feel it. If I start trying to apply too much speed, geez, if I start applying too much speed up at the top, and I start kind of coming down and pulling it from here, I can feel the club flicks a little bit at the top, and it loses where the Raggy. It's fine. It probably sounded a lot worse. It's just I have nets and the black tarps around, so it sounds kind of a lot worse than really what it is. Into out, club path the same, nor equal down the middle. Yeah. I mean, you want to match it up. So like that one, you're not wrong. I mean, you want to be neutral, but generally they say the face sends it and the path bends it. So that one, 2.7 face to target was open, but my path further 4.4 into out. So although the face was open, not open enough for that path. So it starts right. So the face sent it 3 degrees right, but then that path is bringing it back, which is why I've been saying I try to open my stance just a touch, try to neutralize that. Oh man, club twisted. Good news is, if I happen to really mess this club up, it's newer, so TaylorMade is really good with warranties. I think they have 3-year warranties, so I still got another 2 years if I happen to, the face explodes on this thing or something. It's the top of this thing. I don't have the most space in the world here, so kind of sucks when if you do that a couple times, now that's in the back of your head as you're swinging. That one I took it back and it clipped it. Slow swings, try to squat and push off. Left hip needs to go down, explode back up. Wish I had your into out. You have the open face. I was worried flying fat kid. I've done that before. I did one before too, and I literally missed the ball and I topped it. It's like I start doing that, which I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree. But I start doing that, and I lose relation of where the ball is because I start getting too squatty, and it's like I either top it or I sky it. Let's just try it for funsies. I've had it 8 degrees set to standard. Just for funsies, let's turn this puppy down and have the face go from 8 down to 6. It'll have the face open at address, which I like the look of. It will, though. Like that one, 2000 spin, that's not too bad. That keeps it a little more in play. This will bring in more of the lower spin misses. I am getting tired, though. I'm completely drenched. So I think we're into the portion of possibly slightly getting into diminishing returns, although there is some benefit of still trying to swing hard when you're tired. Whew. And while we're at it, it's pretty close to the middle, but I'm going to put this sliding weight exactly in the middle. Barely use my legs. Worry about the flight for speed training. I just don't want to break something in here or break my driver is the main concern with that. Try to widen my stance. Time to hear some grunting. Oh. Drive through my left heel. I mean, keep the head over the ball or open your shoulders to the target too soon. It's got to be the opposite though, right? When I'm losing them left, it's because they're too closed. I used to have that problem of slicing it. It was too far left, so over the top, it would start left and then slice right. I try to have that feeling where I keep my back more closed towards the target. And I think that's what incorporates those lower. I'm doing great. I think the Pats have a chance today. I mean, the Dolphins got blown out. And yeah, I do think, I mean, you can just tell by the ball speed. Like that one, I'm still swinging hard. I'm on topping out at 157. So, right shoulder, my neck's bothering me. And yeah, I'm like profusely sweating and tired. So, yeah, I would say. Doesn't mean that I can't pick up a little bit of speed and have some better swings, but I do think there is some benefit to still trying to swing and somewhat control it when you're as exhausted as I am right now after going rapid fire. But we've taken, there was what, 13 minutes of warm up before. I've taken 111 swings so far. So I think the Pats, I mean, I'm pretty hopeful on the Pats this year. Definitely wasn't a great week one. They didn't get blown out. But I think the Raiders are probably better than people expecting. The Dolphins got blown out by the Colts last week, so I don't know. Depends. I still don't really know. I don't even know if they know what they have as a team yet. I hope so. Last two were great. Really got your right shoulder over the chin. Zero wrong with that drive. I want your swing. I think part of it too, though, if I'm being honest, is because my right shoulder literally feels like it's on fire and someone's pressing on a nerve. Some of the lack of flexibility and why I can't do certain stuff is because of that as well. But yeah, I feel like if I can have that feeling of kind of staying the way I feel it is if there was like a limbo bar here and I kind of stay underneath it and hit more that way. But
Flying Fat Kid tipped $1.99 through Super Chat. Grinding hard is better we than hardly grinding.
appreciate it, Flying Fat Kid. And I have an ongoing deal that as soon as I get a super chat, I turn the ads off. Thank you, Flying Fat Kid. I am trying to grind, so we will get rid of. Where's my mouse? We'll get rid of that. And man, I am drenched. It's always a telltale sign when I have forearm sweat. It's not even that hot either. I don't know. I'm not trying to diminish what you guys are saying. I appreciate you guys are all just, you're coming from a good place and telling me tips and hints why you think I could just hit it better, which I'm trying to do. But I think there's certain things too. you can kind of tailor your swing, no matter what it is, drive or anything else, to more like a cookie cutter type of thing. But everyone's body and flexibility is different, and everything moves differently. So it's like maybe there's unconventional parts, which I'm sure there are in my swing, but maybe it's just like that's how my body can move without feeling like I'm gonna like have my shoulder like pop out of my arm. I don't know. Doesn't mean that I don't need to change anything, but it also means that maybe some stuff that's more conventional of how to hit it better with either more speed or more consistency, maybe I'm just not able to do. So I kind of go back and forth of like, do I just lean into what my natural swing is, or do I try to like break things down? Obviously, the more sensible answer is you work on things slowly and you don't just break down your entire swing. Appreciate the super chat though, Flying Fat Kid. Yeah, I'm starting to lose it. Make sure I do some stretching when I'm done. Flexibility is so important. I hear you. I need to do more of it. It's just one of those things where I'm going to work out and do legs and triceps. It's just doing those, dedicating that extra time. But my body will thank me. It's just right here. Bottom right, really my right side of my neck into my trap. Frozen left shoulder kills my swing. The cortisone shot. That's kind of what I'm feeling with my right. Getting a little bit of a, I don't even know what you call it at this point, a fifth wind, maybe. 270, 158. See if we can touch 160 again. Me giving you tips like a bus driver giving Formula One driver tips. Late to the party, how close did I get? Not very. This is the first time doing it in a while, Boogeyman. I think my best one was like 162 point something, 162.7 maybe today. We've had probably 24 shots over 160, but at this point, what, an hour and 15 minutes into this, so And I'm still swinging hard at these two. That's kind of like all I got in the tank at this point, which isn't terrible. Low spin, but 270 rolling out to 305-ish. I did drop it down, though, from 8 to 6. Hit the like button. Oh, those are the ones that suck. 157 ball speed, 700 backspin, 220 carry. So that same ball speed, even less ball speed, with better optimization launch conditions, that carries 50 yards further in the air. I'm going to try to, super low spin, 309. Try to hit 160 and then maybe start cooling down. Oh, 159. Oh.
Flying Fat Kid tipped $1.99 through Super Chat. 305 baby.
Thanks, FFK. The other one, I think it was like 310, wasn't it? Really appreciate the super chats. Oh, I didn't even see it. Got $2 if you get 305 in 8 swings. Great follow through on the last few. I'll give you 305 right here. 281 on that one. I mean, that's really not. That one had more spin, but being down at 6 degrees, the spin is lower. So roll out 305 should be pretty doable. 305 carry, like JT, or 320 in his case, is the goal. But whoa, not exactly 305. Dealing with kids this morning. I saw you though. You said you were outside working on your wedges. If you can't tell, I am swinging hard. Like swinging out of my shoes on these. Hit 150 this morning. Honestly, if I wanted to play better and shoot better scores, I would just do that. I would hit an hour and a half worth of wedges versus driver. But I am very live or die in momentum and confidence based on driver. If I'm hitting driver well, I feel like everything else in my game falls into place. And if I'm struggling off the tee, everything just falls apart. So, although I 100% agree with scoring clubs and all that stuff with your wedges, how important it is, for me personally, a lot of it comes down to driver. It's crazy though. I went through that slowdown period. I was tightening up. Now I think you get to the point where your body gets so beat up and just so worn down, it just like gives up on like the inflammation and tightening up, and it just loosens up and says, "All right, just do whatever you're gonna do." At this point, it feels like my body just like threw in the towel and is like, "All right, just keep swinging." What happened? No pro league. Actually beat you 10 plus. Won't happen often. Yeah, ledges. I didn't even play it. That looks pretty brutal. You can blame Kamish for picking that one. That will probably get. I'll say probably get 305. Not quite. 298. Feeling how much this shaft loads and kicks. I was between this one, which is 75. There was going to be extra stiff no matter what, but I was between this one that was 75 and the other one that was 65. And I'm really glad that I didn't go 10 grams lighter. So it would have felt, compared to that hazardous, way too whippy. Anyone for me was a great score, longest shot 218. Hey, it's all relative. JT Walsh, JT Walsh would be debating quitting golf if he was hitting any of these drives, so it's all relative. I've hit some decent ones. If he hit any of these, JT would be like, I need to soul search and find out what I'm doing. So comparison's good if you use it the right way. Other times they say comparison is the thief of joy. I don't know if I finished my thought though. I was saying before, if you never tried doing this, this is 100% a workout. I am drenched. This is like cardio. My shirt is, I don't know if you can see the sweat stain, almost down to the bottom. Luckily, you can flop. Said I was gonna hit 160. I still haven't done it lately. Oh, super low in the face. All right, 12:15. At the most, 15 more minutes, and then I'm done. Not in zone. Whew. 'Definitely a workout. When I get to 200, I'm 200 point, I'm toast. 200 yards, 200 swings. Oh boy, that felt way worse than that. Ended up. .2.8 out to in on that one. Have a drink. I had Diet Coke. 159, 272. But that's supposed to draw. Come on, 160. Oh. I want to see 160. Swinging out to in now. What time is it in Australia right now? No, I haven't cheated what you aim for. Well done. 170's coming soon. I appreciate it. I didn't think I would hit it today, but I don't think this was a waste of time by any means. Not a lack of effort, though, I'll tell you that. Tin cup moment, no pros. OB 4 times. 2 o'clock in the morning? Jeez. Had a day off from work, still up. It kept me awake. Well, go to bed. It's not that important. All right. 12:27. I don't know if 160 is going to happen, so maybe 275 carry instead. $273, but I didn't draw. All right, last couple. Let's just go up 2 clicks. 1 click below standard. Slightly open face. New non-paying in the bag. Callaway Elite Mini Driver, loving it. No pros the first time using it, really. Well, I think I'm gonna end it on that. It wasn't 270 or 275, but it was 270. Just shy of 300. I'm exhausted. I am profusely sweating. I'm gonna pack this stuff up. Patriots are on in about a half an hour. Did we go over our time? 2:32. We're 2 minutes over. I'm gonna call it a day. Appreciate you guys watching. I want to do more of these. So, although obviously we didn't hit 270, we hit 262. Next time, I won't be able to obviously do this like tomorrow, but maybe in a 2 to 3 days, do it again. Honestly, I get more satisfaction of trying to gain some speed and hit driver better than I do of like shooting some lower scores type of stuff. So for me, this is a lot of fun and it's a challenge, which I like doing. And probably gonna have to do it for another couple weeks, try to hit 170 ball speed, but we'll do it next time. Maybe instead of 162, we hit 165, and then work our way up from there. But appreciate you for golf's sake. You were in here for most of it, if not the entire thing. So appreciate you keeping me company. Awesome work. I appreciate it. Really appreciate the super chats, Flying Fat Kid, if you're in here. Appreciate the 2 super chats. Anyone else that was offering tips, I know they were all coming from a good place. Unfortunately, I can't just isolate and implement a new swing change just like in a couple minutes. So I think my swing's not completely broken. It's not like I have like a super unconventional swing. So if I can try to work with what I got for the time being, and I mean I hit 167 kind of the way I'm swinging it, so I know I'm capable, and that's only 2.5, 3 miles an hour off of what my goal is for 170. I think I can do it, and then definitely not out of the question of trying to work on things here and there as we keep going. But as far as I know, this is the best way that I can gain some speed and some consistency just by repetitions and swinging hard. So I want to wrap this one up. Hopefully your team wins today, as long as you're not a Dolphins fan. I am rooting for the Patriots. For golf's sake, you got to get to bed. It's late over there, but swing's great, mate. You don't need tips. Well, everyone can always improve, and I know they're not giving me bad advice. It's just like I said before, I'm probably a broken record at this point, but possibly some stuff that I should be doing that my body just can't do, or maybe it just doesn't work on my swing. I don't know, but I'm not opposed to changing things. It's just for something like this, even probably the first, maybe another 2 or 3 times, I really don't want to change much. I just kind of want to kind of clear my head and swing hard. And then from there, if I say, okay, this is one thing that I can maybe implement and just work on, like it needs to be like one individual swing thought. If I start trying to do 4 different things at the same time, I can't even hit the ball, which you saw some of them. I topped one, hit the back before. It's just like everything goes downhill. You try to do too much at once. So I'm out of here. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'm going to stretch, work out, try to recover from all these swings. I am curious, right before I sign off here, let's see how many I hit. 177 swings, and most of those were driver, as hard as I could. I'm out of here. See you guys on the next one. See you, Boogeyman. Have a good day, you too, golf mate. See ya, Flying Fat Kid. Appreciate the super chats. I'll talk to you guys in the Discord.